going on YouTube? Today we'll be checking out Zosi's wireless security camera system. With the NVR, this is the 8-channel, 8-camera system. So if you're needing a lot of cameras, they have this 8-camera system for you. They have a 4-camera system as well. I believe they sell one of these with the 4-camera system, and then you can add on cameras if you need it, or they actually sell one with 8 cameras if you want it. And that's what this is. So this system is wireless. What they mean by wireless is how it connects to the actual NVR and transmits data. Wireless does not mean that it's completely wireless. That would be more of a battery operated camera, kind of like your other type of systems. Zosi does sell a battery operated camera system as well. In addition to this is different, and this is just wireless. That's how it connects to actually send data back and forth. Not back and forth, but actually it would be back and forth to the NVR itself. So let's go and check out the rest of this box. So as you can see here, it says peace of mind, day or night. And what that means is some of your battery powered cameras, or actually all of them, they're not able to actually record 24/7. If you have an NVR, you actually record 24/7. You have the capability. So 24/7 recording, motion detection, push notifications. So you can at least record 24/7, but you don't need to really know about anything other than maybe a motion detection. So it'll actually push notify you if there's a motion detection. And then it shows you night vision, waterproof, and it's got wide angle and clear, vivid HD cameras. And then there's a little glimpse of what the camera looks like before we actually show it to you. On the back, it kind of gives you a sneak preview of what the actual phone app looks like from the Apple device or your iPhone. Easy setup. So you actually scan a QR code to set up the actual system itself. So for your actual phone. It has multi-channel viewing, stream recorded videos, take instant snapshots, motion detection, motion recording, scheduled recording, live recording, push notifications, as well as adding users. So what's really nice about the adding users part is I can actually have the app myself, and then I can actually send and add my wife as a user itself. So she can actually use the app, and if I make any changes, she can make her own changes on her app itself. So that way, if I want to get a notification on if someone's in my garage or something like that, I can actually have that notification versus my wife, and maybe she doesn't want to be notified by that, and so she can have it different. So it does use the Zosi app, the Zosi Smart app. That's the actual app icon. It is available on Google Play for Android devices and Apple App Store for iPhone devices. So on the side here, it shows you what it looks like again, what it looks like on the iPhone app. And we'll get a look at what it looks like on an iPhone a little bit later once I get everything set up, and I can show you what the camera quality looks like. So like I do on all of my security camera videos, I definitely want to show you what it looks like quality-wise, daytime, nighttime for night vision, as well as like the audio quality, so you can actually hear what the audio sounds like. So that way you can better get an idea of if this camera system is for you. I will say that I have reviewed some of these in the past, and they are very good quality as far as the camera goes itself. NVR is pretty easy to use. You don't necessarily need to use that if you got the iPhone app, but you can actually go, it's probably easier to go through there and see it on your TV if you're trying to see something, maybe it was something very small or little on the screen. So this system was about $309 on Amazon. I'll throw a link up in the description below so you can check it out yourself. I believe there was a $16 coupon code to get $16 off, so it brings it under $300 for you, which for 8 cameras for $300 or less than $300 for 1080p HD, that's amazing. That's crazy. So that's a pretty good price point for 8 security cameras. So let's go ahead and check and see what's in the box. I want to check out the actual cameras itself, what you get with the cameras, the NVR itself, and see all of the knickknacks that they actually send with it. As well as we're going to also do some test footage too. I also want to show you kind of what the NVR looks like on the TV and kind of a few of the menus on there, as well as the iPhone app. I don't have an Android device, but I'm pretty sure that the iPhone app and the Android phone app is probably pretty close to the same. So let's go ahead and check that out. So here's the actual NVR itself. You got the QR code up here. I'll cover it because it's mine. It looks like it's H.265 recording codec. So that's the newest right now and for HD. So it makes the files very small compared to the old school 264. And I say old school, it's really not old school. I think it's a few years old, but either way, but 265 is pretty new. You got a power light, hard drive light, Looks like some sort of event here, record light. And then you got the QR code on top here. So on the back, you have your 2 antennas. So that way the cameras can connect to this wirelessly. You got a VGA port, HDMI, network cable port, 2 USB ports, and a power port. So I'm assuming that this is probably gonna have a mouse to it. So you have a USB port for a mouse, as well as you can expand probably storage on this as well. As well as you can actually view via VGA or HDMI. So if you have a computer monitor, an old one, you can use it through VGA, and then you can also view it through HDMI. Obviously, if you do it through VGA, it can only show you a certain amount of quality, because the VGA is definitely so much old school versus the HDMI. I don't even think VGA goes 1080p, to be quite honest. So if you can see in here, this is actually, it comes with all the power cords for the actual units itself, so that way you can actually recharge them. So it actually gives you one for each one. So that way you have the ability to actually leave them plugged in if you want to. So say you have it inside your house and you have it right next to a power block, or I'm sorry, an outlet. You can actually have it plugged in at all times, or you can even have it outside plugged in at all times. You also have a mouse for the NVR itself to navigate through all the menus. They give you an HDMI cable, so that's nice. I've had some security cameras give you an HDMI cable, so that's nice. Even though these are super cheap and easy to come by, you probably have quite a few in your house that you're not using. I've had some companies send me an NVR that doesn't even come with an HDMI cable, so I have to go hunt one down. So that's nice to know that this actually comes with an HDMI cable. So they do give you, I didn't take it out of the package, but they do give you 2 external antennas. So you can actually, gives you a cord here if you wanted to. If you really needed it, say you have it in an area on your house or anywhere that's having trouble connecting to the actual NVR itself based on the actual antenna that's on the camera, you can actually use this instead, and it gives you some wiggle room, probably about 6 feet or 10 feet or so of cable, so you can actually use this for an antenna versus the actual camera antenna. They give you a short 3 foot or so Ethernet cable for the NVR itself. And then you have these waterproof connectors. So that way, if you actually run the cable through the house or whatever, or through the wall itself, you can actually use these to waterproof that connection. Then you have their security system stickers. So you get 8 of those. So you can put those throughout your house, so that way you can alert anybody, let them know that you're actually recording what they're doing. Then you have what looks like, quick start guide. So this is their quick start guide to help you get going real quick. It's very short, so that's nice. Kind of explains everything to you really quickly. That way, kind of just the key points that you need versus reading an actual book. So it kind of explains what all the ports are, what we kind of talked about, the ports, how to adjust everything here, what everything goes in here, and that way you know how to use it. All right, so here's the camera itself. It's a very solid metal frame here and actual mount here. You got the actual Wi-Fi antenna that connects it to the network, or actually connects it to the actual NVR. Then you have right here, you have an Ethernet plug if you wanted to. And then here's the power plug for the actual power. Then you have screws and drywall anchors for the actual mounting, as well as a template. So you can actually use that to put this template on the wall and mark your holes and screw them in there. Now, one thing to notice about this is it does allow you to drill a hole through the wall and actually put this through the wall. Or if you wanted to, you can actually run it this way, because it gives you a little slot to run it down the wall or up the wall or whatever you need to do. All right, so I tried to test the DVR out itself. I hooked it up with the HDMI cable, actual HDMI cable, to multiple TVs in my house. The first TV I tried out was an old 720p plasma from I bought in 2009. And when I plugged it up or hooked it up to the HDMI cable, it wasn't displaying anything on the screen, almost acting like as if there was no data being sent from this. However, this thing has to work because the phone app won't work without it. So I know it's working. I did not try the VGA output. I wonder if that would solve that. Maybe more, I don't know if it's better to use the VGA or not, but I don't know if that would solve that. But I don't have any actual monitor or anything like that that uses VGA, nor do I have a VGA cable. So I worked with Zosi a little bit, and they told me to try different TVs or try different inputs and all this and that. I tried about 5 different TVs. One that I bought in 2013, one that I bought in recent last year, one that I bought year before that. And I actually finally found one TV that would do it, and it was a TCL that I bought. I think it was last year I bought it, and it worked on there. However, that's the one that my wife uses for work while she's working, and unfortunately I just don't have the time to actually use that TV for the video. But I couldn't get to work on any other TVs, which really concerns me. I did talk with Zosi about it, and they are working on making sure that that's fixed for everybody. So I will put it in my comments below, or I'll make a pinned comment when I find out from them that that's been fixed. I'm not sure what the actual issue is. I don't know if it's an issue with just my unit or not, but that is what I ran into, and unfortunately I can't provide you a video, kind of a review of the actual unit itself hooked up to a TV. What I did show you was it hooked up to the actual phone, or at least this hooked up to Wi-Fi, or not Wi-Fi, but Ethernet to my network, and then working on my phone for the quality of the videos earlier, as you saw in the video. So that is one thing about this that didn't work out like planned. Other than that, there are a few things that I like about it. One of them being it's 8 cameras itself. There are a few things I like about this. The one is there are 8 cameras, so it gives you quite a bit array of how many cameras you have, and you can record to an actual hard drive. It's completely different than the camera system I use. I use an Arlo, which is battery operated, which I have them hardwired in, but they actually record to the cloud. So this one actually records to the hard drive on a DVR, and so it's quite a different system. So any motion going on will record to the actual DVR itself, where you can actually export the video and do whatever you want with it off of an actual hard drive versus being on the cloud. So that way, if you aren't connected to the internet or the power goes down and this is actually on, say you have this plugged into a battery backup along with the cameras on battery backup, you can still get recordings of video on the hard drive, and then it'll allow you to access it from the cloud when your network comes back up. A few things I didn't like about it, obviously it not working on every TV, only one of my 5 TVs that I tried. Not sure if it's just my unit, like I said. It's just one thing I ran into. It's kind of one of those things that I was a little worried about on the video posting wise, because to me, it needs to work on every TV that I throw at it with HDMI. Like I said, Zosi's working on the fix for this. They're using this unit, this model, to find out what's going on with that. Trying to narrow it down if it's actually just this unit or maybe it's across the board or something like that. I will put that in the pinned comments when I hear back for an update on that. That is all I got for you guys for this. If you have any questions, comments, or opinions, put them in the comment section below. I'd be happy to hear from you. If you have any questions about this, I'm here to answer them for you if I can. If not, then we'll get an answer for you, or maybe someone from the community can actually answer for you as well. I will put the product in the description so you can check it out yourself and current pricing. And if this is your first time to my channel, please consider subscribing and seeing my other videos, and I will see you next time.